introduced to you 6 models of CSR. And then now we want to sum up, okay, for you, what will be the lessons that we can learn from the CSR models. And at the same time, I also hope that you can also try to sum up what you yourself have learned from the CSR models, okay? So see, do you remember these top 10 companies with the best CSR reputation, including Rolex, Lego, Disney, Adidas, Microsoft, Sony, Canon, Michelin, Netflix, and Bosch, okay? It doesn't matter whether you use their products, but I'm sure that on the media, you have reached a lot of information, okay, about this 10 best CSR, all right? So for these 10 best CSR, okay, do you remember what are the common grounds of their reputation? Okay, please follow me to make some recollection of our memories, okay? So there are 4 common grounds that are shared by these 10 best CSR, okay? Number 1 is they maintain their self-esteem, okay? And then they have supportive promotions for equality, natural beauty, responsible production and consumption, endurability of products, etc. Okay, and number 2 will be they support the community. Okay, they protect natural resources for remote communities to grow and sell with reasonable income. They help with children to educate, especially those child education of remote areas. And then they develop fair trade systems before the multinationals and local people. Okay, and number 3 will be they defend the human rights, including the life, property, freedom, equality, work, anti-abuse, anti-exploitation, anti-violence, etc. Okay, and finally, they protect the planet. Okay, they do everything environmentally friendly, and then they enforce 3R: recycle, reuse, reduce. Okay, then they try to make everything that follow the green energy standard, and then they enforce the anti-animal test policy. Okay, do you remember these 4? All right, and so let's go to the 6 models that maybe, I don't know which impress you more. Say, for example, for me, the Coca-Cola, okay, what they impress me more would be their report, their CSR report, starting from 2003, okay, and they have 5 concentrations, okay. First one is their energy conservation and climate change, and second one is their sustainable packaging and recycling, and third is that they try to manage water properly, okay. Third is actually what is regarded as the most important for Coca-Cola, because all Coca-Cola has to be made by the water. And then fourth is that they have product portfolio, and then they work on the well-being of their employees and as well as the community, okay? And finally, they work on diverse and inclusive culture, okay? Because they made actually Coca-Cola some kind of fashion and some kind of youth culture. Everybody has, one Coca-Cola at hand. It means that, they'll become active, and then their life will become nicely made and things like that, okay? So this is Coca-Cola, right? So how about Walmart? What do you remember? Okay, Walmart, they have 8 activities on CSRs, okay? How many do you remember? Okay, let's check on it. Okay, number 1 is they support the local communities. And number 2 is that they educate and empower their workers. Number 3 is that they protect the labor and human rights. And number 4 is that they put a lot of energy to erase the employees' health and safety. Number 5 will be they have very good standards and enforcement on gender equality, and then they help the minority groups, okay, to develop themselves. And then number 6 will be concerning environment as all other models have been doing. Okay, so they put a lot of emphasis on the energy consumption and the water consumption, recycling, and CO2 emissions, okay, as I think more of us are familiar with. And then also they work on sustainable sourcing and production, okay, as many business also do. And finally, they also have very good projects and continued projects to help with disaster, hunger, nutrition, etc. Okay, so how many have you remembered? Okay, right. Now let's go to Starbucks, all right? So Starbucks, they also have a kind of image that every day, when you wake up, if you visit Starbucks and then you hold a Starbucks coffee or other beverages, and then you can start a nice day, okay? This is the image they want to give you. So in order to enforce this image of community, being the family of Starbucks, and so they actually work a lot, to promote the community welfare and also to notice the needs to work on environmental protection, and they also ensure that all their production will be made by ethical sourcing. Okay, they check on all the sourcing that they are using, and then they always produce a global responsibility report, in due course. Okay, maybe not every year, but in due course, that every 3 or 4 years, you see a very much completed global responsibility report produced by the Starbucks. All right. So how much do you remember about Starbucks CSR? Okay, maybe there are others that you have put your emphasis on. And then following that, it will be Apple. Okay, so I don't know how much you remember about the Apple. Okay, the story behind Apple, okay, is mostly about their environmental footprints. Okay, then they saved a lot of energy. Okay, and then they produce with very reliable resources. They work on sustainability. They work on 3 R's, especially on the recycling, etc. Okay, so Apple becomes, one belief of the young generation that if you are sufficient, if you are developing, if you are caring for the globe, then you would agree with Apple that, with only that small bite, you can be very productive for the whole society, all right? And then the next one will be Canon, all right? So how much do you remember about Canon? Okay, Canon, their CSR reports very much emphasize the pursuit of a sustainable society. Okay, so especially because Canon has just produced their report in this year, 2020. Okay, so I would suggest for you, to read their report carefully, because the Canon report is connected to the UN Sustainable goals. Okay, so they connect themselves to the Goal 12, Goal 13, Goal 15. Okay, especially for responsible consumption and production, for the climate change, and then for the life on the end, and also for the protection of the whole environmental development. Okay, so for this, I think that Canon, they are not just a camera. Okay, they also want that everything taken by the Canon camera will be environment, will be a nice global environment. Okay, so we hope that you will admire more about Canon, and then maybe also check on whether they really are doing it. Okay, and finally it would be the Body Shop. Okay, so the Body Shop, they also gave us very good CSR report every year, and as we told you, that Body Shop, they have 5 goals. Okay, say like they were maybe first in the multinationals to strongly support the anti-animal test, okay? And they also work together, hand in hand with other business to protect the environment, to protect the community, to work for the disasters, okay? So if you want to know more about the Body Shop, please also go onto internet to find more information, all right? Okay, so these are what we have told you about the CSR, okay? So the corporate social responsibility. First, we share with you some of the theories or maybe the standards, and then we show you some models. And through all these theory, practice to the models, I think you know that through CSR, we protect the environment at one hand, and we also protect the people on the other hand, okay? And then now, the United Nations, they have published the SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goals. And so CSR now, they are connected to these SDGs, okay, to hope that the whole business sector, they will make profits according to what ethical standards will require them to do. And then on the other hand, they would also do the responsible sourcing, okay, which means that not only when they are doing their own production, they would make everything sustainable, but also they have to check on the, on their sourcing, okay, on their sourcing, say like what kind of water they've got, what kind of maybe source of cosmetics that they have got, they have to make sure that all the sourcing would be made according to the standard of the CSR, okay? And this is what I think we have learned about what CSR expect us to do, okay? So what do you think about CSR? I hope that all of us would be agreeing that CSR is a future hope for the globe if all business, they can follow the CSR principles, and even all the managers can take CSR as the ethical requirement, okay, for themselves and also for their employees. And then they can develop their business. They can work together with all other business. And we are sure that we are going to have a better globe. Okay? Thank you very much.